Welcome back to the Artefactors Union. I'm your host and foreman, Douglas Scoundrels. Today we are assembling the Stage Hands box. We're now in 4th edition, so it is just for the performer keyword. No other keywords here, no sir. Still in the Arcanist faction, though. Box contains 3 miniatures. The Shadowlark, this nice lady with the big old wings that definitely don't fit on a 30mm base, and 2 Blackbirds. 2 Blackbirds, this being one of them, this gentleman pulling this purse thing out of a magical shadow pocket thing. Right, that's the artwork. Renders on the back. Nice lady, big wings, and our Blackbirds wielding spotlights, which is a nice, cool detail. Alright, let's look at our sprues. Here is our sprue. Not a lot of bits for these models. Lucky for us. So we will go ahead and begin with the Shadowlark. Looks like maxing out at maybe 7 bits for model. Shadowlark is 7, and one of the Blackbirds is 7, the other one I think is 5. So should be a fairly quick video. But let's go and look at the instructions for the Shadowlark and then go over our order. For the Shadowlark, we're going to grab the body F1, and then we'll add the left leg F4. Then we will do the right arm F7, the left arm and weapon she's pulling out of nowhere F5, which I believe also glues to the back of her body down here. And then we'll add her head F6. We can finish up with the right wing F2 and the left wing F3. So let's grab F1 and F4 first. There's F1. F4 is going to glue right in here. There we go. Fits in just fine. Now F7, the right arm, going to fit right in this hole. There will be a gap that will eventually fit the right wing. So, well, let's just add it and I'll show you what it ends up looking like. Okay, that is a kind of a dicey connection, just leave like that. So I'm actually going to recommend you do the other arm and the head before this one. So normally you can just do the wing right afterwards, so that it can sort of correct any sort of bad placement you have for this bit, but I'm pretty happy with the way I did it, so I'm going to continue on with the order I've picked. But I would recommend, if you're at all uncomfortable with sort of setting up this kind of connection, to do the other hand and the head before this. So let's go ahead and do F5, which will connect here as well as here. There we go. Now F6, the head right on top. Just really twisting that thing to the left. Okay, now let's do the wings. Do the right wing F2. It's going to fit back in this shoulder slot right there. Alright, looks pretty good. Now let's do our last wing in the last hole. Okay, all done. Put her on a base. The Shadowlark is done. The hardest part for her was that right arm. Definitely. Getting that to sit correctly and cure in the right spot. Which, again, I recommend doing the left arm and the head before you do the right arm. And then it should be a lot easier to situate everything so that it cures nice and smoothly. Wings are really messing with my camera's ability to focus here. But pretty model, just does not fit on 30 at all, which I absolutely love about this game. I genuinely do. Let's look at the minions. Alright, on to our Blackbirds. Thankfully, the lettering actually matches up with what's on the instructions. Hooray! So we'll start with A and then do B. Our assembly order for A is we're going to grab the body, G4, add the legs, G3, and then the spotlight, G1, followed by the right arm, G5, and finish with the head, G2. Now let's look at the instructions before we get started with G4 and G3. Okay, G4, the torso, G3, the legs are just going to fit right in there. Okay, next one is G1 Spotlight. It's going to fit right in here with the strap going upwards. Alright, make sure that strap glues to the rest of the strap that's coming off of the arm right there. Next is going to be G5, the right arm, connecting right here. Okay, now G2, the head on the neck. Alright, it's all done. Put them on a base. Our first Blackbird is done. We're going to call this one Booker. The hardest part for him was, I guess, getting the spotlight on him and connecting that strap to its connection point. And that's me stretching for some kind of difficulty. Real simple model. Real pretty model. Let's move on. Our other Blackbird, we're going to grab the body H6 and then add maybe the left leg H3 and then the right leg H4, possibly. Not entirely sure which that is. We might combine the both. Actually, yeah, we'll combine the two of them, H3 and H4, and then add them to the body H6. Then we'll add the rest of the coat to that, H7, followed by the left arm, H2, and then the right arm, H1, and finish with the head, H5. So let's grab H3 and H4. Okay, this guy is H4, add H3 to him. There we go, looks like he's stepping forward with that left leg. Now let's go ahead and jam this into H6. Okay, this is sort of a weird angle, but there is a connection point on sort of the right butt cheek here. So to get that to connect to the inside of the coat, you need to twist his legs. It's actually not twisting. It's the zippers lined up with the vest just fine, so that's the angle you're looking for. Now we can go ahead and add the rest of the coat, G7, which is just going to connect right along here. Okay, now let's do the left arm and the spotlight H2, going to connect right there. Part of the spotlight is going to fill out this sort of gap that's in the coat that it's now covering up. Okay, now let's do the right arm, which is H1, going to fit right there. Okie doke, and then the head, H5. Going right there. Blackbird done. Put them on a base. Our second Blackbird is done. We're going to call this one Usher. The hardest part for him was, I think, figuring out how those legs go into the coat / connecting the legs together. With a little bit of difficulty for figuring out the orientation of that spotlight as far as it goes to attaching to his shoulder. But that's it for difficulty. Harder than the previous one, but not by much. Let's look at the whole box. The Stage Hands box is done, containing the Shadowlark and 2 Blackbirds. Hardest part for this box was definitely the Shadowlark's right arm. And that's really it. Pretty simple box, but a lot of these newer boxes from Weird have been pretty simple. I'm not going to complain. And if you do that in the order I suggested, it'd be even easier for you. Yeah, that's really it. So, I've been your foreman, Douglas Kendrells, helping you build a better Malifaux. Break a leg.